Good evening, all. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for, in Chicago at least, a very snowy evening. And this is Wednesday, and we are at the 12th of February, 2025. I'm already wearing, as you can see, my sweater as I've been going out and doing minor shoveling to keep up with the amounts there. It's good exercise, but you don't want to overdo it. So let's talk about today because there's a lot that's on the plate. Let's first go, if we could, over here. This afternoon, the U.S. Treasury deficit released its January budget numbers, and they're not pretty. Deficit's now $129 billion. They were looking for only 95.5. I mean, that's a monster number. And when you compare it to a year ago under Biden, look at how much that market has gone up. Six-fold is the way to look at it. Spending was $642 billion. That's January 24. You can get the receipts versus that, and you can see where you end up. Tomorrow, we're going to get the second leg of indexes with prices, and we're going to get the January Producer Price Index. Now, this is not as big a report as the CPI was today. And as you know, the CPI came in hot in just about every category, and that threw everything off. The Fed chair said, you get bumps along the road, nothing straight. But when you look at the bigger picture, the market had fallen last year and got down not too far from the 2% goal. So now it's climbed back a little bit. We'll see if it lasts. That's giving you pretty much what he was telling the House Financial Services Committee. Jobless claims come out tomorrow, and they're looking for about 214,000. And we're going to get the energy analyst forecast for the week, and they are looking for 95 billion cubic feet of withdrawals. That compares to the latest reporting week and to the year ago of 58 billion and the long-term average of about 145 bill. But cold weather's coming in, another polar vortex. So be ready. This is not a market right now that you want to be fading as long as that cold weather's on the horizon that you do. Another event that happened was apparently President Trump got on the phone with President Putin without telling anyone at NATO or Ukraine, and they have begun the process of trying to figure out how to end the war. Now, that had its own impact on the markets. It sent crude oil prices tumbling because that would bring Russian oil potentially back on the market. And as you know, they have been curtailed to a large degree. Pete Hegseth, our defense secretary, made it clear that you can forget about going back and getting Crimea back into Ukraine. That isn't going to happen. But what will happen are other good things. Now the question is, how much pressure comes? NATO was obviously upset with the president doing this on his own, but you got to remember, the president's looking at the cost of what this war has run America over 3 years, and we're dealing, $60, $70 billion at a shot here. That's a lot of money. So that's what he's looking at. And he's looking at a situation that has to be resolved. And remember, he ran on the deal that he would end this on day one. Well, it's certainly not day one, but he's already into the negotiation. We'll see what Israel does on Saturday, if they're going to hold the prisoners back. If they do, Israel tonight called up the reservists. So you can count on it. If those people aren't released, Israel's going back in, and you'll be reading about a bunch of killings one more time. This has got to end, and this is crazy. They make deals and they don't keep them. Both sides. Don't write me about it. It is both sides. When I read that Israel goes to another part and these pregnant woman dies and all this isn't right. You got to find a way around all this. All right. And I'm not being political. I'm just being human. All right. So we look at that. It was a wild trading day. I mean, the markets nosedove, they came back, they went slightly into the green, they nosedove again. It was just back and forth action. The same in the metal markets. You took the gold down pretty good, got it back under I think it was under 2,900, and then it's come back, and here you are near the 2,930 level. You won't even know anything happened today. Silver gains back on gold. That's been going on. And copper, which lost like 12 cents yesterday, gained back about 10 cents today. So if you think that's easy to figure out, you're better than most people out there then. When you look at the bonds and notes, obviously they got hit with those CPI numbers. And instead of sitting back at the 442, 443 level in the 10-year note, you're back into the 4.6 plus area. So let's take a look. In the gold market, if we were to finish right here on a closing basis, it would be a record high close on a weekly continuation chart. When you come to the April gold, you can see what I'm saying. If we come back, I'm going to come back one more day here. If we take a look, the market finished at 29.3260 on Tuesday. Now we come into the market, and today you drop all the way down, what did I say, 28.8650. By the end of the day, you're basically very close to being unchanged in the marketplace. And with tonight's action, you're even closer. So pretty crazy, but what's the evidence here? The inflation numbers are holding up. The gold bulls aren't letting go of the market. You had opportunities today if you wanted futures and or GLD to come into the market. Remember, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You've got the higher lows, higher highs. The market's over the key moving averages of the 18, the 100, and the 200. If you'll recall with the Bollinger Band, I said when you get here, you often get a correction. And I expected, and I said this last night, the pros to buy on the break. It went right, if you take my courses, where it should have gone. And now the question is, will the market have the follow through to go back up and challenge the 2964 Bollinger Band again? An inkling that it won't do that, let's go there first, would be the red line, which is 82.81, finishing the day under 79. That would say that price and the 18-day average, the red line, probably want to come together. Barring that, I still expect then the 2960s to come into play. As you can see, the market had gotten way up yesterday, came down hard today. So they reversed the gold-silver spread intraday. In the silver, you still have a pattern of lower highs and lower lows. But as I said, and I was very clear about it, yesterday I said, I think the pros down here made a stand in the market. And if I'm right, they'll try to drive the market back up maybe to the Bollinger Band. So here's the market coming up, and here's where you're at right now. Take out the lows of today, the 12th. All right, not actually today, the 11th. Take out the lows of the 11th. You have a whole different game then. Then you have lower highs, lower lows under both key averages, and you open the door up first for the 200-day average at 31.09 and then the potential for the Bollinger Band. In addition, the market would be in overbought territory. Right now, what the market did on the slow stochastics is interesting to look at. You'll see here the market lost the embedded reading and kept it lost the next day, which was Tuesday. Today, the market gets back into overbought territory. It's not re-embedded, which is the strongest signal in momentum. It's just back to overbought. In the copper, you backed off from the Bollinger Band, but every day you're hitting that number. It's nonstop. It's each and every day. That's not a sign of weakness. Now, no one knows what President Trump's reciprocal tariffs are or when they're going to be signed. He had said he would sign them originally Tuesday or Wednesday. So far as I'm putting this out tonight, I haven't seen them. He could sign them tonight. He could do it tomorrow morning. He keeps saying he's going to do it. Some people think the reciprocal tariffs will be point for point. Others think cars won't be part of it. Others think it's going to just be a plain number. I don't have the slightest idea. So you want to see what they are and see, obviously, how the markets want to react to it when and if, big quote around the if, they're announced. He's getting a lot of people running to him already. A Canadian contingency was here today talking to the State Department. We have Prime Minister Modi of India. He has flown in to consult with the president about taxes on, or tariffs, I guess you call them, tariffs on India and what India could do, because India has a lot of tariffs on our products, and what India could do to remove those. The important point is, you speak softly, you carry that big stick. This isn't very big, but you carry that big stick and you get people to talk to you. Nothing wrong with that. It's a lot better than the other ways of doing that. In the platinum, higher lows, higher highs, an uptrend that looks like it wants to embed. So far, I am seeing nothing to derail the metal markets from staying in the uptrends that they're in. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but I'm not seeing it. When we take a look at the dollar index, you can see how the market is just stuck at the 18-day average of closes. It's neither going up nor down. What it did today, though, is it gave an opportunity, if you were short a bunch of currencies, to come out of them and enjoy the profit and say goodbye. And my clients were able to do that. I'm very happy about that. So if you'd like to keep up with what we do, you hear me talk about what I tell my subscribers to do. I put out a complete futures research. You can get it for free to try it out. So don't leave. All you got to do is go to the website, iraepstein.com. And when you're at the website, free offers, Ira's Complete Futures Research, it's right there. My letters are written in a way that I don't want more than 2 or 3 minutes of your time. I'm going to give you ideas. I'm going to often throw in charts, bullet points everywhere to make my point. I put it together at the end of the commentary, and I do it twice a day. The evenings are always shorter ones. The mornings much longer. It also includes my morning subscriber videos. So I put out at night written recommendations covering everything you're seeing here. And then in the morning, I update it in the video, and then again in writing at about 11:30. So I'm always fluid with the market. Often you'll see double charts. You'll see a daily chart next to a weekly chart. I want the two to coincide with each other. And I teach you all the way through why I'm saying what I am, why I'm recommending you do what you do. I don't manage your money. You're going to do the trading, not me. But you get to see what I'm doing, and why not take a look at it? I keep saying I'm going to do a special report. I promise you, this afternoon I sat down, I knew what I wanted to do it on, and then I said, maybe I should wait for the PCE report. I'll have CPI, PCE, PPI, and from that, traders will tell me what the PCE looks like, and it gives us an idea how much inflation we have. Then I can do an update. I was looking at the dollar. I was looking at gold. I'll figure out which ones I want to do. Go to iraepstein.com research if you want to buy some time on it. If you want it for free for a short while, go to iraepstein.com and go to free offers. Couldn't be easier than that. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great day. I will catch up with you all at the morning update. Take care now.